She is super awesome.
Yeah.
So the Premier will make some brief comments, and then all three are willing to make questions.
Both look tall. Excellent. Okay, well, thanks for coming. We just had a very successful meeting. We talked about a number of issues. We talked about moving forward on the charter. We talked about some of the key priorities for both of the big cities, and I was able to issue an invitation to both Mayor Nenshi and Mayor Iveson to come and present to our cabinet in January, which they both accepted. So I'm quite pleased by that, because we want to have an increasingly collaborative relationship, and we know that the cities do incredibly important work for the citizens of their cities and frankly the province in many ways. So it was an excellent discussion, and I'll pass it over to you guys, or do you guys want to say anything, or should we just take questions?
We can take questions.
Nenshi,
Okay.
you said previously, waiting for the other shoe to drop economically. We've heard some more layoffs, Stampede, a couple more private businesses. Is this what you were afraid you were going to see because of the economic climate?
No, not quite yet, which sounds like a funny thing to say. We've certainly seen an enormous amount of job loss in Calgary over the course of this year, and we feel for every single one of those people who has lost their job. But for the first half of the year, Calgary net created jobs. That has started to turn. The most recent statistics say that we've lost about 800 jobs net, which is not the kinds of numbers we were looking at yet. And yes, the Stampede, that was very tough for the Stampede as a nonprofit, but it was also 19 people. And so we're not quite there yet, but I think it's fair to say, and I don't think anyone would disagree, that if we sustain this environment, it's going to be very, very hard for those companies that are moving heaven and earth to keep people on their payroll, because they know how hard it is to rehire people, who are moving heaven and earth to continue to invest, is going to be a problem. I will say, though, that the number one most important thing government can do right now is stimulus. The number one thing we can do is continue to build infrastructure while it's cheap, while interest rates are low, and while people are not working. And so we will be presenting our capital budget to council next Wednesday, and that is a capital budget that is really focused on bringing forward projects and building as much as we can quickly.
Did you discuss Syrian refugees at all today?
Can you
Did you discuss the
Syrian
refugee situation, and what any plans on the ground to accept them?
Well, our officials have been speaking with each other actually over the last few weeks, and more intensely obviously in the last couple of weeks. And so we spoke briefly about the fact that we are prepared to accept the refugees that will be asked to accept by the federal government when that request comes, and we're working to ensure that we're able to provide a seamless and effective settlement process. And there's going to be some challenges, but I think we're all very committed to working together to make sure that we do our part.
What do you need to see from the cities in that regard?
Well, I think it's a question of the settlement agencies and the cities and the province and the federal government, frankly, all coming together, just in terms of working to find housing and ensuring that the settlement agencies are supported to help with integration, and so the cities play a key role in that, because particularly there's 5 cities where refugees would most likely land, but the vast majority of them will be in Calgary and Edmonton. So obviously the mayors need to be fully on side with it. I believe that they are, and they have it well in hand.